Hi there. You're about to participate in a masterclass how to change the outcome of your life. Well, besides making choices, of course, that will always change the outcome of your life. Will it? From my perspective, as a holistic healer, completing life lessons that can change the outcome of your life. So, how can you do that? That's the question, isn't it? What a lot of people don't know is that a lot of mental and emotional issues stem from spiritual issues. If you want to change your mental and emotional state of being, you have to address the causes in the spiritual plane to affect the mental and emotional plane, to change your behavior. Changing your behavior allows you to change the outcome of your life. For this, we've created a masterclass, and what you can expect is that you will be guided through a few meditations. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and receive. If you're able to do that, then this masterclass is for you. Just be aware. We are going to work with a deep, impacting issue, and that is humiliation. It is not common knowledge that humiliation affects life severely, and specifically because in the soul planes, a deep humiliation can cause a bleeding out of energies, and it is almost impossible to truly heal toxic shame, guilt, and other issues when you do not address the true cause of that bleeding humiliation. That is what we are going to do in this masterclass. In 2 weeks there will be another guided healing. That's a kind of aftercare. It is a follow-up of this class, also from about an hour, and it will bring you to a better place in life from where you can create a different outcome in your life. Because to change the outcome of your life, you have to be in a good place. So, is that something which you would like? Would you like to be in a better place than where you are right now? If you like this masterclass, please subscribe to the channel, put a thumbs up, and more important, could you share this masterclass with those from whom you feel or think they can benefit from this masterclass? If you can do others the favor of making a shift in their life, it would be pleasant. Perhaps this masterclass is exactly what they need, perhaps not. But you can only find that out by taking the step to share this masterclass. Enjoy the guided meditations and be open to the not common knowledge I'm about to share with you. I thank you for your attention, and for now I would say hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Holistic Helen. I am a Dutch holistic healer living in Switzerland. I am providing group healing sessions for the YouTube and Facebook community as my contribution to the current time we are all in right now. In the COVID-19 times, a lot of lives change and we need to let go of certain fields of reality. And this video will make a step in your personal process, because we are going to work on clearing toxic shame and bleeding humiliation. And we are not only going to work on our personal life, we are going to work on our ancestral line and on our incarnational string. We do healing on the soul level. So if you're into that, welcome. Grab yourself something to drink and make yourself comfortable. Allow yourself to receive deep healing. Today we are going to do a healing step as usual. So this is a guided healing session. Just focus on my voice and let's commence with the healing. First of all, we are going to create a magical circle. And we have, all of us have a magical circle just outside of our aura, and we are placed in the center. If you want to rule your universe, you rule your center. That's why we work like this. Have yourself be placed just by using your imagination in a magical circle with a magical shield on the outside of the circle, so that whatever happens within is protected and confidential. And let's say hello to the center of the planet and ask her to provide you with a total new grounding, attuned to total present time. And to first cleanse off all the daily worries, daily thoughts, daily stuff which got dumped into us. We're going to do a quick color grounding healing. And you just listen to the colors, you can imagine the colors, and all emotions, all thoughts resonate with a certain color, with a certain shade of a color. And by doing that, it will be lit up, and the center of the planet will make sure it will be drawn towards her, so it can be processed and be returned in a neutral state to the original source. And it's now time to call in your spiritual support team and ask your spiritual support team to connect the grounding to the outside of your aura, to your first chakra, to your hip joints and your feet. And if your spiritual support team suggests anywhere else, that's fine, that's okay. They know you best, so they can offer you inspiration. And for me, I'm going to connect them with my heart chakra and my throat chakra, second chakra. And let's commence with the color red and allow the color red to cleanse our aura, chakras, bodily systems, astral body, mental body, spiritual body. And this is just a quick one, so we become more present, more attuned to total present time, to the now. Orange, yellow, and my spiritual support team created a healing space just beside the camera. And I see a lot of rubbish is cleansing out of the personal space of a lot of viewers. It's just a general impression. I don't read people personally at this moment. Green. Blue. Violet. Purple. Opalescent. White. Gray. Black. Silver. bronze, gold, and you can open your eyes and become aware of how you feel right now. Do you feel a little bit different than a few minutes ago? Do you feel more calm, more present? And today we're going to do a healing about toxic shame and bleeding humiliation. And for doing that we have to call in the appropriate healing agencies. In this case it will be the angels of higher magic and the angels of the higher laws. These angels are created by God to do certain tasks for humanity. And one of the tasks they can perform really easy is the healing of shame and humiliation, which is quite a big issue in humanity. I mean, having a lot of dumped, layered shame in your personal space can cause and trigger addictional behavior. It can trigger toxic responses. And as you might notice at the moment around the world, there's a lot going on, a lot of realities are being shifted. And it's really hard for a lot of people to let go of the old field of reality. And the old field of reality was before COVID-19. And we have to let it go because it doesn't exist anymore. We have to create a new world. We have to be creative, inventive, and open for new solutions. And for that, to be able to create that, we have to be in a good place. Because if you create in a place from a negative state of emotions, it's really hard to create a good future. And we do like that, don't we? We do all want to change the outcome of our life, to change a healthy life, a happy life, a blessed life, well, whatever you wish for yourself. Let's spend some time on healing shame and humiliation. And the angels are doing that for us, so we just can sit back and relax and receive the healing at the level we are now open and ready to receive. Shame sometimes looks like a dumped blanket around someone. That can be taken off. It can be like lifting the veil. And that's being done for us, so we really don't have to do anything, we just have to focus on our thoughts, what happens, the images, the memories we have, and be willing to let go. So if you're willing to let go, we can go to the next step. And we start with an event space spiral. And on that event space spiral is like, it's a spiral with a lot of dots appear. And by intention you can certain dots let appear. By the focus of, in this case, me as the healer, my attention is allowing to appear moments of, or events of toxic shame. And we're going to let the angelic forces, the angelic helpers to heal that for us. So we only have to witness. I'm going to request the Angels of High Magic to create an event space spiral for all the viewers and to allow all events of experiencing toxic shame to appear on the event space spiral and to heal that. And I notice a few viewers have watched before or know my way of working, or know the way of working learned at the Spiritual Arts Academy. I noticed that bleeding humiliation is popping up on the event space spiral, and it's like bleeding out energy that can cause you to be exhausted. It can prevent you to respond different than you would like to, and it attracts certain events in your life which can be a pain in the ass because they are not so fun, till you become aware of them and heal them. So in this case it's being done for us, and let's spend some minutes in silence so we can withdraw in ourselves, take a look at our memories, and take a look. For those who are psychic, you can attune to the event space spiral and allow this some minutes. And for those who like some more time can hit the pause button. We are going to the next step. It will be the timeline. And today we're going to take the timeline 3 years before birth till today, the day you are watching this video, plus 3 additional years. So because each of us have a different age, we just take 100 steps. It starts 3 years before birth, and 3 years from now, from today, the day you watch this video. And why do we start before birth? Because that is the time you as a soul, you decide to incarnate again. You are making your incarnational contracts, the agreements of the people you meet, the lessons you will learn, and there will be healing agencies who are able, capable, and allowed to make changes in your incarnational contracts and agreements. They will do the healing, and it's really focused, laser focused on being able to process toxic shame and bleeding humiliation. And what I feel that while doing that, a few offspins will, healings that will occur, like healing toxic guilt, for example, that will be healed for a lot of people also. And I'm just gonna count 1 to 100, and remember that is 100 steps, 100% of the life you have lived till now. And let's focus on our spiritual support team. And imagine you have a timeline in front of you. Upon the timeline there will be a moving dot. With each step I mention, the dot moves on. And then the angels will work on the time in between. And they will heal toxic shame and bleeding humiliation for us. And I'm being pulled a little bit into a trance. Perhaps that happens for you too, I don't know. Just know it can happen. If you are psychic, you can see that some more healing agencies are entering the space, like the one being able, capable, and allowed to change the incarnational contracts for you. And they will be lifted to a higher path of destiny, so that insights come with less drama, less pain. And the insights tied to the life lessons you chose will come easier in life, so it's a gift. And be aware that the healing steps occur in the spiritual plane, mental plane, astral plane. They don't occur in the physical plane, so that's why it's so easy that wherever you watch from all over the world, you can participate in this healing. And it's really being performed in these 3 planes, affecting our physical plane. And let's commence counting. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And what I notice in the viewer's healing space is that for a few viewers the law of rhythm and cycles is kicking in. The universal higher law of rhythms and cycles can, if at a certain age you missed a certain vibration or a certain energy, like in a form like knowing how to deal with shame, or like there has been missing self-love in your heart chakra, it is now being infused. So this is really pleasant. It's an easy way of changing the outcome of your life just by allowing higher awareness heal your past. And it will alter and change the outcome of your current life. And let's continue. And sometimes it can occur that a lot of emotions are coming up. And just allow that to come out. Allow that to flow out of your personal space. And for those who are a little bit impatient, please don't scroll through this video, because to heal you need time to process, and allow yourself this time. Give yourself this time to process, even if it seems boring. Just stay tuned. 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, and I notice in the background that our specific healing agencies are entering the space of about 30% of the viewers, and it's about the viewers who have addiction issues, and certain healing agencies are entering to make sure that those negative entities who are influencing you to take that other shot, to take another joint, or to take another glass of wine, or to make another bet, or to abuse another person one more time. Everything what has to do with addictive behavior, which is caused by outside influence, by entities, the contracts where you've agreed in this life or in another life, previous in-between lives. For those who are ready, it will be ended, completed, and you can say goodbye to that influencing entity It has served its purpose and is now ready to go. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 'And don't forget, we are also working 3 years into the future on the several life paths you are about to take. So no matter what decisions you make, the healing agencies are healing the toxic shame and bleeding humiliation into the future. 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And this completes the healing upon our timeline. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the next step. We're going to work on the family tree, our ancestral line. And because sometimes pain and suffering is being passed on by bloodline. For example, when my parents suffered from not properly processed negative emotions of their grandparents, they pass it on upon me and my siblings. For you, it can be the same, it can be coming from another generation. So what we are going to do, we're going to allow the same healing agencies who have been working on our timeline to work on our family line, on our ancestral line. And I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to name the generations, like first generation, etc., etc. And then sometimes something has to be healed in the 9th generation. And then we look back, come back to the here and now. So something in the 5th generation can heal. That's why I count downwards and upwards. And we're going to request the Angels of High Magic and all the appropriate present healing agencies to provide full healing on toxic shame, bleeding humiliation, toxic guilt upon our bloodline, causing certain life lessons to be passed on bloodline, have it completely healed to the level we are now ready and open to receive. And let's go back and go to the 1st generation, our parents. feel you need sometimes more time, just hit the pause button, then return to the video. And just remember, the healing agencies work in different planes. Time has a different quality there, so no matter how fast paced I go through the generations, they have all the time to process it, but sometimes for us as human, it is pleasant to have more time than my pace. And that's okay. Second generation. And my angels of high magic give me the sign that they are specifically in this video are searching for bleeding humiliation in our bloodline, causing us to have family karma, and they want to process it for us so we can leave our fields of reality and create a new reality to change the outcome of our lives. And excuse me, we go to the third generation, great grandparents. Fourth generation. Fifth generation. Sixth generation. And I noticed that the bleeding humiliation has a lot to do with being controlled, that others controlled our ancestral line for whatever reason, for financial gain, emotional gain, you name it. So I sense in the viewers' healing space that a lot of viewers are, their whole ancestral line receive the activation of the law of centers. And the law of center is what I said before. In our magic circle, you are in the middle, so you rule your universe. Because when you rule your universe, you control your center. People can try to dominate you or try to control you, but it affects you less. That's why this is happening. That's why the law of centers is kicking in. And with the law of centers, the law of authority, the law of seniority is also kicking in. Sixth generation. Seventh. Eight. Nine. 10. 11. And I get a sign for today. 11 generation is enough. We're going to loop back. So we're going to count upwards. 10th generation. 9th generation. 8th generation, 7th, 6th, 5th generation, 4th generation, 3rd generation. Whew. 2nd generation, the generations you most likely know, your grandparents. I feel also an inflow of gratefulness of all the previous generations for this healing. Because healing our ancestral line influences also their current incarnations. So that has a lot of influence, this type of healing. First generation, our parents. And birth are usually a great trigger for toxic shame. And I notice, thanks to a few viewers, there are a few viewers really attuned to birthing healing. And thanks to them, a lot of birth issues are being healed right now. Thanks for that. Just watching the video, you are bringing in your awareness, your healing ability. And we go back to us. And for those who have children, we're going to ask permission to move forward to our future generations, so they also receive a step of healing, of bleeding humiliation and toxic shame, toxic guilt. First generation, our children, for those who have, of course. Second generation, for those who have grandchildren. I don't. My son is 12 years old at the moment. But I know there are a few viewers who have grandchildren. So the toxic shame and bleeding humiliation, those have passed on to their children, and their grandchildren will be cleared at this moment. So the grandchildren are free of having to deal with their ancestral line, shame and humiliation in a certain level. And you never know, perhaps somebody is watching who has already great grandchildren, and let them also receive this healing. And we go back. Second generation. First generation. And we go back to ourselves. Then we go to the last step. And as a soul, you've incarnated many times. And for this lifetime, you chose your family because they had resonating life lessons. And to do the final step of healing, we are now working on the incarnational string. It's like a DNA string. And all the information of our previous lives, whenever they took place, is being lit up on the DNA string. Like I say, it's an incarnational string. And we are going to allow the healing agencies to work on past life, previous life, bleeding humiliation, which has an influence on this current lifetime. Meaning we're not working on all previous lives, only those where a deep bleeding humiliation occurs, an event which caused so much trauma that it is influencing our current lifetime. On those lives we are going to work, and we are going to work on both conception till death, incarnation till excarnation, and we allow our soul struggle to be elevated. It can let go of bleeding humiliation, it can let go of toxic shame, and a different set of healing agency are entering the space. You can imagine to do soul healing you need different qualified healing agencies, and those who are able, capable and allowed to work on a global scale with all of us, those are the ones who are now entering. So it's not just a guide doing that, it's really able, capable and allowed. So it has the qualifications to work on soul level. Still, as the healing is overseen by the angels of high magic, we just assume there is one core life where a deep traumatic event occurred, causing such a shock that you started to bleed out energy. And there is a form of tetragrammaton and divine healing qualities in form of like the magic cup filled with healing elixir. They are adjusting the frequency to heal this bleeding humiliation, to let go of the frozen energies, and to have that previous incarnation to grow up to total present time, meaning it will grow up till the age, the previous incarnation's death. So like said, I had, or you had an incarnation, you died at age 55, that incarnation will grow up emotionally, now and spiritually to age 55, because it got stuck at age 12. And I noticed this has effects on the family line, it has effect on your timeline. I see, for example, now moments of shock occurring at age 3, which is now being processed and also is growing up to total present time. And on the incarnational string, a lot of shifts are occurring, because in that one core life there was such a traumatic event where you felt so deeply humiliated, and all that shock is being released right now. It could even trigger mental issues in other lives that is now being processed also. All the effects of that core event is being processed, and the Angels of High Magic also say they will proceed with dream state healing for the next fortnight, 14 days. They will bring you as spirit when you fall asleep to a high magic astral temple in the high astral planes, specifically created for this type of healing videos, where you will receive healing upon this bleeding humiliation event on the soul level, on the family level, and on your current lifetime level. So you might be a little bit emotional the coming days. That's normal, that's okay. Stuff is being brought up, being processed. Beware when you get emotional, not to lash out to others. Remind yourself it's stuff being brought up and it needs to be processed. It needs to be cleared out of your system. So just allow it. Allow yourself to be emotional, allow yourself to be in process. And for a few viewers, I also notice their soul is being called into a cosmic hall of justice, while your spirit is being surrounded by the cosmic hall of justice. This is being done so that you as spirit remain in your physical body, so you can process the healing steps easier. Justice is being performed. For example, if in that specific previous life where you endured severe traumatic humiliation, stuff will be balanced. Forgiveness will be received for both that person who humiliated that previous incarnation of yours, and your previous incarnation will receive forgiveness. But also in that previous incarnation where you were so shocked, so traumatically hurt that you acted later upon that shock in a not healthy way to your loved ones, also that will be completed, also that will be balanced by justice, the cosmic hall of justice. A lot of forgiveness is occurring, and you might even know in this current lifetime some persons you've known in that lifetime. And the relationship between you in that lifetime and the you in this lifetime with those same players, if I can call them like that, will shift. It will become softer, more gentle. So in this life you will respond more appropriate to each other. Because it can happen that in this life you can be snappy with each other without realizing why. The cause can stem from a previous lifetime where the person butchered your family in front of your eyes. That is deep humiliation, a deep pain. When you meet that person in this life again, you can dislike that person without even knowing. These healing steps are now being provided in a way without a big confrontation needed in this life. So that's quite a gift. And just allow the higher awareness, the angels of high magic, to do this for you. And what's also important, allow yourself to let go of fields of realities. If you let go of the field of reality of that lifetime, if you just simply let it go, allow it to be processed, it will not influence you in this lifetime that deeply. Do you understand what I'm saying? Letting go in this lifetime, letting go on a soul level, will influence yourself directly in this lifetime. So letting go can occur in several aspects of yourself. It can occur on soul level, on a spiritual level, mental level. You can let go within your subconscious mind. And mentioning this, healing agencies are entering the space now. They are doing a healing completion. But what they make sure is that they work with you during the coming fortnight, during dream state, that they will work with your subconscious mind, allowing, ensuring and encouraging your subconscious mind to let go. It might be that you are drawn to certain websites or to certain books when you walk in a store. That is a way your subconscious mind is communicating. It is ready to move on. It is ready that it can receive new information needed for your subconscious mind to let go. Because each of us on this globe has a different background. You live in a different country, you have a different religion, you have different belief systems, and all of that influences how your process will be completed. And I can speak for myself. I know I will have the coming 2 weeks some moments with my life partner, because even though we love each other deeply, we also know we shared a lot of past lives. We shared memorable, positive past lives, but we also share some traumatic past lives, which makes this current lifetime to be gently said, how shall I put it? I cannot come up with the English word at the moment. Perhaps I come up in the subtitles below. It's challenging. We have a challenging relationship. We love spending time together. We love to do healing steps. We love to create life. We love to push each other's red buttons. That's not always fun. So yeah, we have a challenging relationship. We have a prolific, we have an excellent example of a relationship between two people who've known each other for many, many lifetimes, and with not only positive lifetimes. So in this lifetime we have to process stuff. I don't know how it is for you. Are you in a relationship at the moment? If you are, do you recognize what I'm saying? Do you recognize that you and your spouse have shared past lifetimes influencing your current relationship? If you do, I think it's pretty normal. I think it's life. Life is about processing previous unprocessed life lessons. The way you choose to do that in this lifetime does affect your future lifetimes. Be aware of that. If you choose to deny it, it might cause that you will have to spend more future lifetimes with that certain person. It might not be in the spouse relationship, but it can be in a other type of relationship. If you choose not to ignore your issues, but deal with them, knowing they stem from previous lifetimes, dealing with those past lifetime issues, healing your current relationship because of that, it can cause that you can go separate ways. Or it can cause to have uplifting, positive shared lifetimes. So it's up to you. What do you choose? Do you choose to deny your issues, or do you allow it to be processed? Of course, the way you choose to process it is your choice. I've been trained to do it my way, the way I present in these videos. I have some more ways of processing it. I cannot share that all in videos, of course. What we are going to do is we're going to have these symbols of the incarnational string, event space spiral, the timeline, and your family bloodline. It will be transported to a high magic temple in the higher astral planes. It's completely protected and confidential, meaning if you are someone who hears voices which are not pleasant, which can occur, you can just allow this to happen, because those nasty voices have no access there. But the healing agencies helping you with this process are aware of those nasty voices and can complete and end the agreements you have with those voices, the entities behind those voices. And for now this healing comes to an end. What is now happening? Everything is being transported to the High Magic Temple. You will receive a past life aura update, so that the past life we've worked on with such emotional intense charge, which has been discharged, your past life aura will become aware of that it will change, that different life lessons on a different level will enter your life plan, giving you more choices in life. And we are all receiving a golden sun fill up, even those already clicked away the video beforehand. But sometimes it happens that you as a personality click away the video, but you as a spirit keep being attuned. I have an additional healing space for that, for those spirits who are attuned to the healing, but the host personality clicked away. It's pretty full, by the way. That's okay. We are all welcome to receive the healing the way we like, without judgment, because we don't know why they've clicked away. And everybody's receiving golden sun fill up. Golden sun fill up is like a golden sun above your head, like one of those globes above the head. All the energies being released through this healing are flowing back into the golden sun, and it's only our energies which will flow back. Energy of other people's are not able to flow back into the golden sun, only our own energies will flow in. And let's call in divine joy, divine wisdom, divine truth. To merge with our own energies, so our energies are being uplifted. And now allow these energies to flow down, flowing down and filling up our self. And for me it starts flowing down, filling up the 7th chakra. The chakra is in our etheric body, so the whole etheric body is being filled up, flowing down, filling up our 6th chakra, flowing down, filling up our 5th chakra, flowing down, filling up our 4th chakra, flowing down, filling up our 3rd chakra, flowing down, filling up our 2nd chakra, flowing down, filling up the 1st chakra. And it expands out, filling up our aura layers in front of us, right of us, behind us, left of us, above us, below us. And expands out, filling up our physical body. So it really fills up our head, shoulders, torso, legs, feet, and our arms. It's flowing out of our hand chakras. And call in love microcosm, macrocosm, so it fills up our astral body, mental body, spiritual body. So, how do you feel? And I made this video for someone I met on Facebook. She was pretty restless and asking around for how you can get rid of restlessness. Well, first of all, you have to take a look, why is someone restless? I notice that I am restless when I cannot cope with shame or guilt. I become restless, I start to walk around, walk away from people. And others say, it seems like ADHD. I think it's just not being able to cope with a certain emotion. And I see it also in my son. I see it in other children, I see it in the adults. But most people are not aware what the subconscious mind drives, what causes behavior. And that is because they don't look at it holistically, they look at it just physical. And I know we are being influenced by our spiritual self, mental, astral and physical self. So that's why my interpretations of life are a little bit different than most of us. And that's okay, that's my journey. And let's thank all the viewers. Thank you for trusting me, for allowing this healing process to occur. I hope it really shifts something in you. I trust it will change the outcome of your life. It changed the outcome of my life, these type of healings. So that's why I have faith and trust to share this type of videos, because I know they work. And I know also they don't work for everyone, but for a lot of people they work, even for those who are, how let's call that, skeptic. I had some skeptic clients and they are really amazed from, oh, this works. Yes, this works. And they are just grateful that it works and it has changed the outcome of life. And for now, we are going to dissolve the magical circle around us. We are going to dissolve the unity which has been created for this healing. So we are no longer part of it. We just, the moment we step out now, wherever we go, we are back in our walking the street space again. Remember to reset your grounding to total present time. You can choose the method you prefer, or you just connect with the center of the planet and ask her to provide you with new grounding. And for those who like, can extend their grounding to the center of the galaxy. I think it's always pretty neat when that happens. And I would say make sure you read the description, because I added something, because I notice the videos are being watched by quite some people, but somehow my videos are not inviting to make comments, even if I ask, can you leave a comment, and that's okay. But there's something else I would like to ask you. Tape it, I have to edit it, I have to do the translation of the subtitles, and that's quite some work. And in that time I cannot work with a client. But I think offering these videos to the YouTube community, to the Facebook community is pretty important, because the world needs healing at the moment. And if you watch the subscription down below, you will find a few links. So if you like, thank you. And if you say, no, I'm not going to do that, that's fine also. And I hope you will experience shifts. Let me know down in the comments what kind of shift you feel. So you can come back in a few weeks and you can share how you notice that your behavior has changed, that you notice that in certain situations which is usually triggering you, is no longer triggering you. So if that happens, I would love to know in the comments down below. And for now, thanks for watching. Bye bye.